My dear students, welcome to our English classes. And we have been learning about the bright and intelligent person, a small boy who is appearing for the entrance exam. And like him, the other students who are studying with him are also applying for the entrance exam. They applied for the entrance exam in the last class we have seen, and they are preparing well for the exams. And all these students are sitting under the stone mandap near the Chamundi Hills in midsummer, and they are preparing well for the exam. And this boy is the center of attraction. He is the guide for all the other students. And he used to solve the problems, difficult problems in mathematics and very difficult concepts in physical science and other subjects. So like that, all the boys are preparing for the exams, and the D-Day came, the entrance exam day was announced, and all the students, they went to their examination centers and they wrote their exams. And this boy, he went to Bangalore and stayed in his relative's house and wrote the exam. So when he was asked by others how he wrote the exam, simply he said that he wrote okay. In his sense, he wrote okay means in our sense he wrote excellently. He wrote well, and sure, definitely he's going to get a rank in IIT college in his desired group and in his desired college. So when it comes to his food, when you come to the food side, if he said okay means the food is bad, and when he said good means, when he said excellent means the food is average. So it is quite opposite when it comes to food, because so we should understand one important thing here. He never likes to hurt others' feelings. Always try to make others happy. Be happy and make others happy in your lifetime. Our life is very small. As long as we live, we should make others happy and others also feel happy about us. So this is the concept of this boy. And I hope we all should follow the same concept to become the best citizens and to be the lovable citizens of this society. Next. So after attending the exams, what will come next? Yes, the results will be announced. So the results announcing date is also another D-Day in the life of the student. So you wrote an exam with an ambition. Your ambition is to get a seat in IIT. So on the day of the results, you are going to know whether you got selected or not. If your name is in the selected list, you are the happiest boy. You are a successful person. Suppose if your name is not there, so again we should start our journey right from the beginning. Okay, so the D-Day of the results are going to announce on the day, and all students are anxiously waiting. Today we have internet facilities, and if you type your hall ticket number, directly your results are coming to your cell phone. But that was not the day. That was not the situation in those days. So they should wait until the newspapers arrive. They should wait until the results are announced fully, completely by the government. So like that, there are so many things. So like that, whenever the time is passing, the anxiety, the enthusiasm, and the feelings, they develop, they reach the peak level in the student's mind. Next, the IIT results came. He had passed with the highest rank. So what is the result here? This boy whom we are talking had passed the exam with the highest rank. So highest rank means don't expect the rank may be in lakhs. He passed with the best rank. Best rank means the lesser the rank, the greater the result. In competitive exams, that is the situation. So getting highest rank means it is not getting ranks in lakhs. The less rank is the highest rank in the exam. Suppose if 1 lakh students are writing the exam, if you get the 10th rank or first rank, that is the best rank. Whereas if you get the ranks in 10,000s and 20,000s, that's not the best rank. That is only a rank, but not the rank. Here, he got the highest rank means he got the best rank, and he's sure to get the seat in the IIT college in his desired group, in his desired center. Yes, he achieved it. Achieving IIT is not an ordinary thing for a boy like him. So for any person, for any students, So you secure seat in IIT means you are the deserved and you are the best student in this country. So what a delight for any student. So you got the seat, you expected the seat and you got the seat, you achieved it. So how will be the students' feelings? So just immediately we jump out from wherever you are, and you feel as if you are flying in the sky. You feel a very proud nature at the time. So when others are praising you, when others are talking greatly about you, you forget about yourself, you forget about this world, and you forget your hard work, and you forget everything except the results. Yes, I achieved it. Yes, I achieved it. Yes, I achieved it. So after getting the result, to whom you go and express your feelings? Whom do you express your feelings first? Yes, we first express our feelings with our parents because they are the backbone of our success. Next, we express to our teachers. Next, we express to our family members. Next, we express to our best friends. So we enjoy our lives on the day. You are the hero of the day. So same thing happened. He got the results and he got the expected rank. And next he wanted to share his feelings and happiness with his father, with his parents. So he ran to his father. He went to his father who was reading a newspaper. So when he approached his father, when he stood before his father to tell his happiness, so his father was reading the newspaper at that time. So then he stood before his father. How did he stand before his father? He stood with his folding hands. He folded his hands and stood like that and said, in a respectable way, Anna, I have passed the exam. Anna, I have passed the exam. So today's parents-children relationship, and in those days the relationships are entirely different. Today we are treating our father as a friend, and your parents are also giving that type of scope to you. So if you have any problem, freely we are expressing with our parents. First we express to our mother, then we go and express with our father. But that was not the situation in those days. We are speaking about the situation which nearly happened 50 years ago. So the children used to fear of talking with their father. They never stand before the parents like this and talk with them. And they gave utmost respect to their teachers and parents. So they were afraid of talking and saying words against their teachers. So if the teacher beats the student at the school, they not even complain at the house, because if they give complaint to their parents, again the parents will beat them like anything. Hey, you have done some mistake in the school. That's why your teacher had beaten you like that. Why do your teachers beat like that? It is your fault. That's why you deserve the punishment. Again they beat them at their houses. So that was the situation. So that's why today you are so lucky to have such kind of parents who are giving the utmost freedom to express your opinion, and they are giving utmost rights at your house. So suppose if you want to join an MPC, or if you want to do so-and-so course, they are giving full rights to you. Yes, whatever course you want, you can join. And we are giving full support to you. So we won't come and middle in your studies. But this kind of freedom was not available in those days. So that's why this boy stood with his folded hands while his father was reading the newspaper and said, Anna, I have passed the exam. Well done, my boy. Simply, his father said, okay, well done, my boy. Blessings, all the best. He said like that. But he didn't utter any word other than this. He didn't say anything other than this. Oh, well done, my boy. You passed the exam. Good. All the best. But children, they expect something from their parents. So he might have expected something more than this from his father. So that's why he stood there. So when there is no reaction from his father, then he said, I want to join IIT. Father, what my son? I passed the exam. Okay, well done. Okay, all the best. No, father, I want to join in IIT. I want to join, he said. He expressed his feelings, opinion to his father. So after listening to his words, his father stopped reading the paper. He kept the paper down. He lifted his head, looked at the boy and said, so until then he was reading the paper. When the boy said like this, Father, I want to join in IIT, he stopped reading the paper all of a sudden. He lifted his head and said with a heavy voice. Here heavy voice means baruvaina gontuto. So baruvaina gontuto, when does your tone becomes hot? So when you want to express something which others can't bear, which others are not expecting from you, then our voice automatically turns heavy. So somebody got some bad news. You want to express that, you want to say that news to him. So you lower your voice and this part of our tone becomes heavier and it pains to some extent. So the voice won't come, the words won't come out of our throat because of the sad feelings. And his father is also going to say something sad to this boy. So that's why his voice became heavy. He lifted his head and said with a heavy voice, my son, you are a bright boy. What did he say? My son, I know you are a bright boy. And you know our financial position. So what is the relationship between, what is the coordination between saying a bright boy on one side and at the same time he's talking about his financial position. I know you are a bright boy. So what do you expect then? Yes, that's why you got the IIT seat. I know you are the deserved candidate. So I know about your talent right from the childhood and I have been seeing your successful journey in your studies. In your education, you are always getting first rank. So these kind of words we expect from the father. But all of a sudden, why he shifted the topic from his bright, intelligent nature to financial position? Yes, there lies the genius mind of a father. So he is a bright boy. So that's why you can understand the financial status of our family. Because you are a bright boy, you can understand my condition in this family, my financial condition in our family. So in those days, so only one person used to earn for the entire family members. So nowadays everybody is earning for the development of the family. On one side your father is earning, on the other side some parents, some mothers are going outside and doing some work, or otherwise they are doing some work inside the house, from the house itself. So like that, they are trying to maintain the budget of the family. So both of them are cooperating with each other. But in those days, Ujjogam Purusha Lakshanam, only man used to go outside and do some work. And you all know he is a school teacher. He is a high school teacher. So how much salary did the high school teacher get in those days? Not less than 200 rupees or like that. 200 rupees is also a great thing for the employers. So they are financially very, very weak. So he wants to express all these things to his son. That's why he said, my son, you are a bright boy and you know my financial condition. So with simple words, he's trying to explain his situation to his son, who is standing before him with a great, great, great achievement. Can any son at that moment digest this kind of things? So when I say you are standing before your father to say, Father, I want to go out and play. So when all of a sudden your father says no, how do you react to your father's words? So you can't bear those words and simply you throw the things this side and that side and you create a hell in your house. So this fellow has not done like that. He achieved a thing. It's a prestigious thing for the entire family members, for the entire city, for the entire school. But now how he's, in one way, he got discouraged with his father's words. So let us see what happened next. You know our financial position. I have 5 daughters. So what is the need of explaining all these things to his son? Doesn't he know about these things? So doesn't he know about the financial position of his family? So you know, my son, I have 5 daughters to marry off and 3 sons to educate. So he is also the member of this family. So do you think that this boy won't know about these things? But still he is explaining his son about his position, current position. So I have 5 daughters to be married at and 3 sons to educate. So you are educated. I know you came to intermediate level and you got the best rank, and I am the salaried person. So my salary is very, very less and I have to maintain the entire family with my little salary. So understand, my son. So I can't say more than this. And if you go on your own way, if you go on your way, how can I educate the other sons and how can I marry my daughters? In those days, marrying a daughter is a very, very Herculean task for the parents. Understand? Today, how the boys are not getting married. In those days, it was very difficult for the parents to marry their daughters. So that too, you understand my position. You are very bright person. You are a very intelligent student. That's why I'm telling all these things. I can't afford your expenses at IIT. So he is clear. And immediately a big rod fell on his back. So I can't afford your IIT. Though you got the best rank, you feel happy about it, and I'm also very happy about your achievement. I'm so proud of you, my son. What is the use of feeling proud when you're not going to join him in the institute? So will those words give him happiness? So I put this much of food before you, delicious food. And if I tie your mouth and ask you not to eat any of it, so you feel proud, you feel happy just by seeing the food. So will it satisfy your appetite? Will it satisfy your hunger? Never. Here also the same condition. He is one step ahead of joining in IIT. He's just one step to join in IIT. But here his father is putting brakes to his desire. No, I can't afford. He raised his hands and said directly to his son, you can stay in Mysore. Here he gave one extra suggestion to his son. So you can stay in Mysore and study as much as you want. So you stay here, be in Mysore, be with me and be helpful to me, and you study whatever you want and how much you want. But don't ask me to send to IIT college. Please try to understand. Okay. So this is the situation, and can you expect more than this? So if any student, if you are in his position, how would you react? Just how I explained you before. Simply we throw the things and spoil. We create hell in the house and we even scold our parents like anything. So are you the father? If you don't have that capacity, why did you send me to the college? So why did you allow me to write the exam? So if you don't have that guts, why did you give birth to me? So we use whatever foul language we can use at our parents. So that's not the good nature, my students. So be patient, be humble, and try to understand the situation. So reality is always reality. We cannot escape from the realities. So can you become Tatas and Ambanis within one day? So gradually we should change our life. So really, if you want to become a great business magnate or a great engineer or a doctor, slowly we should improve on our life. Only through our education we can develop in our life. There is no other shortcut. There is no other way to develop in our life except education. So that's why you concentrate on your studies and try to reap the best results from your education. So use the opportunities. So you no need to go to some other place. If you want some education, we no need to go to America or some other foreign countries. So right from our place itself, we can achieve some wonderful results. So how this is possible, let us see in the coming paragraphs. So here, what is the condition of this boy? Imagine the situation. Imagine the mental pressure and mental state of this boy. If any other person would be in his position, in his condition, they would definitely become mad and they may go to depression state. They would create, otherwise they would fight against their parents and go away from their house. So that is not the solution. Solution is not running away from the house. Solution is not committing suicide. Solution is not hating others. Solution is not hating yourself. The solution lies in your understanding. The solution lies in your patient thinking. So here he can't fight against his father. Here he can't say anything against his father. So except to understand the reality. So indeed, it was a difficult situation for any father on the other side. So we are thinking only from one side. We are thinking only about this boy. But can you expect the position of his father? He expressed the truth boldly on his son. But with what feelings he expressed it. How he felt by telling this bitter truth to his son. So as a father, he also expects from bright future of his son. And his son has achieved that. So how can he say? So on the other side, we should understand the mental condition of his father also. How much struggle he might have felt while telling these words to his son. So indeed, it was a difficult situation for any father to say no to his brighter son. So parents put their level best, try their level best to educate their parents. That too, if the children are very bright, they can't say no to their progress, especially for education. But here, when the father is telling no, means you should understand. So one, he got a rank, and next one, he's a very bright student, he's a very intelligent student. And how can a father say no to him? So what will be the mental status? So that thing also we should understand while thinking about his father and son. But circumstances were like the situations. We can't escape from the situations. So here the father's situation is one thing and the son's situation is different. So here he got the rank and he was unable to join. On the other side, he got a bright son and he achieved the rank and he could not able to send him to IIT due to his financial condition. So who can escape from the circumstances? The circumstances prevailed like that for both these persons. It was common then for the man to be the single earning member. So as just now I explained you, it was common in those days that the entire family used to depend on single earning member with a large family depending on them. Family, when you see the family, those were big families, even joint families. Nearly 10 to 15 members used to stay and live together in the same family, but the earning person is only one. So all these 10, 15 members used to depend on the earnings of that single person, and that single person's earnings are very, very, very low. So today we find all the nuclear families, small families, and whatever the family members are earning, they are distributing to their one or two children. On one side, the mother is earning and father is also earning. That's why there is no. So as far as possible, the parents are trying to educate. First preference is given for their education. Of course, they're providing basic needs. And what is the next priority of the parents? To educate their children. They are not thinking about the gender bias also. They are giving equal rights for both boys and girls. So this is today's condition. His father was sad. So he was also sad. And his son was also sad. Both of them stood against each other with sad faces, not knowing what to say. His father said these things and bent his head. He could not able to lift his head and look at his son's face, because his son is not an ordinary boy. He is a deserved candidate. On the other side, the son also bent his head and stayed in the corner, not knowing what to say, because he is a very obedient son. He can't say against his father. So both are looking sad. That to tell the bitter truth to his son. He was very sad because he had to tell this bitter truth. Chedu nijam. He had to tell this truth to his son. Otherwise, the son may create some dreams in his mind and he may think something. So if he said the truth to his son, that fellow will slowly understand the reality and try to adjust to his life. But it could not be helped. The boy had to understand reality. What I said now, he should understand the reality. So then only he can adjust himself in the life and try to think about the alternatives. For every problem, I told in the previous lessons also, for every worst problem, there is a bright and there is an excellent solution. So when the problems are bad, we get some excellent solutions. So these lives are also the examples of this thing. The teenager was disappointed. So who won't disappoint? Everybody will disappoint if others say no to your words. And that too, his father said no. His father expressed his inability to join in IIT, for which he dreamt like that. It seemed his desires had burned to ashes. So in the previous lesson, we learned about Edison, how his theories and how his hard work, entire lifetime hard work, was burnt in the ashes. Here also, this fellow's hard work, this fellow's dreams, and this fellow's future is now burning in the ash, is burning to ash because of his father's financial condition. He was so near to fulfilling his fondest hope. He is very near, just one step behind his success. If he joins in IIT, his future is settled. He can fulfill his desires. He'll become an IITian and he may become a wonderful engineer. He may settle in some wonderful jobs in future. But all his dreams are now going to become ashes before his eyes. Just one word. What is that word? I can't help him. I can't join you in IIT. He was so near to fulfill his fondest. Fond means desire. Most liking desire. He was so near to fulfill his fondest hope. Yet, so far, his heart sank in sorrow. His heart sank in sorrow. He was disappointed, totally, utterly disappointed by his father's words. So if any other person would be in his position, how would they react? So question yourself. So, but the solution for all the problems is being patient. So think cool and try to think the alternatives. And always from his life, we learn how to respect the elders. And we also learn how to respect our hard work. Both are very important for us. If you respect your hard work, we get the beautiful and wonderful results in our life. If you respect your elders, your name will be forever in this world. So with this, I end today's lesson, and you go through the lessons and try to understand the concepts. And one important thing, stay at home and be happy. Let us meet in the next class. Until then, happy days.